Hello, you sexy biscuits, and welcome into my look at Baldur's Gate 3 running on Steam Deck. So as with every single Steam Deck video, I'm also going to be showing the game through capture card, but I always like to show the Steam Deck in person first. So I'm going to jump into a game here and we're going to see how this runs. Now, I will say, this is probably the biggest drain on the battery I've ever had on Steam Deck. So unless someone knows some better settings, unfortunately you can't really play the game for very long. It's about 2 hours maximum. It is what I've been able to get out of it. Also, for those of you worried about spoilers, don't worry. I'm going to be walking around an area quite early in the game, just somewhere that has a little bit of detail so you guys can see. So don't worry about that, because I know that this game is so incredibly good that I don't want to spoil anything for you. But as you can see right now, we are spinning around here. We're hitting constant 30 FPS. And if we walk around this little village here, it does dip every now and again to about 25. But in terms of the quality of the game, just how the game runs, it is incredibly good. You can easily play this portable, as long as you don't mind running the game at 30. There was a little bit of a dip there as well. But yeah, as you guys can see, it's running pretty damn well. Now, I have seen other people trying to play this on Steam Deck, and they've got the anti-aliasing right down. I've left it on SMAA, just because it doesn't look too pixelated then. Unfortunately, when you turn off AA in this game, it doesn't look great at all. Right, let's plug in my capture card and get some up-close footage.
And here we are. I am playing this on a 1080p monitor, and that is the feed you're seeing. I've got the Steam Deck plugged in via an Ava Media capture card. As with our other videos, I'm going to have the performance at the top left-hand corner, so you can keep an eye on that the whole time. One thing I will say about the settings I currently have is that the shadows are going absolutely crazy. Okay, so main menu seems to be performing quite well. Got a constant 30. Now, the characters in the distance look a little bit jagged, but apart from that, okay, so the first thing I'm going to say right now, obviously playing this on a way bigger screen, is the fact I can notice, of course, the jaggedies. But that is something you don't honestly see on the Steam Deck screen itself.
I want that gate sealed before they arrive, and we need to talk!
Okay, I'm going to step away from this area because I don't want to spoil anything. I wasn't expecting that cutscene to play there. But as you can see, in terms of actual like cutscenes in the game, they look amazing. Like, this is running great, apart from the fact it's currently running at 25 FPS. You honestly don't notice it when you're playing a game like this, because this game isn't fast-paced. You aren't flicking your controller really quickly to get headshots. It's not like that. Now, I was hoping that we could actually find some enemies, because I did want to show off combat. Now, in terms of combat, everything runs great. The only things that I've seen cause slowdown so far is explosions. Any kind of fancy fire effects will slow the game down quite a bit, but that's really to be expected, honestly. That will even slow down PCs. Like, it's not something I was kind of surprised by. But if we were to spin the camera around and get an impression there, it obviously doesn't look fantastic when you're putting it to 1080p, but you've got to remember you're playing on a portable handheld 7-inch screen. You aren't going to notice a lot of this. I thought I'd talk to you again, Shadowheart. How are you?
Lady of Sorrows, guide us. Did you want something?
I really like her outfit. I put her in like a fancy like hat from like the 19 or 1800s. It looks really cool. Oh, that's the thing we could do, right? We could go to camp. Okay, so one of my favourite parts of this game, this isn't just going to become a Baldur's Gate 3 video, I swear. One of my favourite parts of this game is the camp, because it's really nice to just kind of hang out here. And you're going to be spending a lot of time here, so it's good we're actually looking at this now. Now, there is a weird thing, and I don't know if you're going to be able to pick this up on YouTube due to compression, but on the floor, there was a weird ring effect. Almost like I'm looking through drunk goggles. Let's talk to everyone's favourite. This is Astarion.
Did you actually want something, or are you just here to spoil my fun?
Oh, yes. Well, don't look too deeply into these options. No, this is pretty early. This is only about, I say that, it's about 25 to 30 hours in. Okay, look, I made multiple characters, alright? Leave me alone. Right. Tell me about your history, Astarion.
Why do you insist on exhuming the past? I was a slave.
Sorry. What was that tonal shift? Oh, you don't expect me to talk about my... I was a slave. What was that? Oh, right. I don't know how to take him seriously now. Alright, bye.
Speak.
Oh, okay, yeah. Do you know what happens if we don't find a cure to the thing that happens right at the start of the game, so no spoilers, haha?
In great detail. It starts with a fever and memory loss. Then you start to hallucinate. Your hair falls out, and you bleed from every orifice.
Right.
Your bones will change form. Your jaw will split to allow room for 4 great tentacles.
Okay.
All skin will turn to gore and be shed to reveal new flesh underneath. Then you have ceased to exist.
Okay.
And a mind flayer is born.
Or an ood. Look, that sounds awful. Try to suppress your rising panic, won't you?
That shiver betrays your fear. Suppress it. It is useless.
What is he trying to do the force on me? But as you can see, yeah, the game runs great. I will say, there's a weird thing happening with the mini-map. Now, I'm going to zoom in on this. It's odd. So it's creating these kind of squares. You see that? As I turn? Now, I've not noticed those before. I'm wondering if it's because of the resolution? How interesting. Okay, here are my settings. Resolution set to 720? Do I even dare move that up to 1080? No, I'm going to leave that there. That seems like a really silly idea. Yeah, we're going to leave that there for now, I think. We don't want to push it any more than it already is. I thought it was already at 1080. I should have changed that setting before I filmed the video. VSync is off. Frame rate cap on to 30. Overall preset is custom. Model detail quality is medium, and medium off. I don't have a slow HDD, so that's fine. Dynamic crowds are also off. Shadow quality is set to low. Cloud quality medium. Fog quality low. We don't want like fancy fog. It's fine. We also have AMD FSR turned off. Now that was because there was a guide online that told me to do that. Maybe should I bump that up? Let's do quality, right? Anti-aliasing SMMA. The MMA. Ambient occlusion is turned off because that would be quite intensive. Depth of field. To be honest, I should probably turn that off, right? I don't know because I really do like depth of field. And God rays on, bloom on, subsurface scattering is turned off. Let's take a quick look to see what the game looks like now. Honestly, I think that looks slightly worse. Actually, yeah, I can't even see Lazelle's face. It is just a blob. Hang on, let me turn that off a second. What the hell? It's a little bit better, but no, she always looked like a blob. Okay, let's pet the dog before we leave, because that is the right thing to do. Hello, buddy, you alright? Pet him. Ah, fantastic. There he goes. And now, the good boy looks good on Steam Deck. So that's all that matters. The fact you can pat the dog is all that matters about this. And you can do it portably, and that's the best thing. I can also attack him inside my camp. I'm not going to do that. That's mean. We don't need to be in here right now. But you can see the load times are pretty quick. You see that? So quite impressive, right? Now, of course, this is running on the SSD, as I said. So it's going to be the fastest this game can possibly run. There is a cave over there. I'll let you guys experience that for yourselves. I'm not going to spoil anything. But with that, I think this is a pretty good Steam Deck game to play. Like, I think this is, well, not only is Baldur's Gate 3 one of the best RPGs ever made, it's also just a really nice game to just sit down with, go to like a village and just turn your Steam Deck on and talk to some people, and then maybe turn it off and then come back to the game when you want to. It's really good for that. I really like it, and there doesn't appear to be any issues with the sleep mode. Some games have weird lag and stutter issues if you use the sleep mode. This game doesn't have that. And they're constantly patching the game as well, even though it's perfect, let's be honest. But yeah, that is my look at Baldur's Gate 3. I've had some other comments asking me to play 7 Days to Die on Steam Deck, and I have downloaded it. That will be my next video. Also, I'll be taking a look at State of Decay 2, a game that I really quite enjoy and works perfectly. It's one of the best kind of portable games. You can sit down, do a day's work, and then turn it off, that kind of thing. So those will be my next videos. I love each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for watching. But until next time, that's me out. Bye, guys.